Sa kapitair mahakaya Patyamane papataha Grihitva parapadabhyayam Sahalangulam achyutaha Brahmaitva kapitagre Prahinodgata jivitam Sa kapitair mahakaya Patyamane papataha Grihitva parapadabhyayam Sahalangulam achyutaha Brahmaitva kapitagre Prahinodgata jivitam Sa kapitair mahakaya Patyamane papataha
Kritva parapadabhyayam
Grihitva parapadabhyayam
Sahalangulam
achyutaha
Brahmaitva kapitagre Prahinodgata
jivitam
Sa
kapitair mahakaya
Patyamanai papataha
Patyamana papataha. Okay, word to word translation. Grihitva capturing apara padabhyayam with the hind legs saha along with langulam the tail Achyutaha Krishna the supreme personality of Godhead Brahmaitva swirling around very severely Gata Jivitam lifeless. Sorry. I'm sorry, I can't see. There is a wire. Kapita Agre on the top of a Kapita tree. Prahinot through him. Gata Jivitam lifeless body. Sa the demon. Kapitai with the Kapita trees. Mahakaya assumed a great body. Patyamana and while the tree fell down, Papitaha he fell dead on the ground. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Tanyamano Vistam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurum Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sakrajatam Sakana Raghunatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakan Vitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radhakanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Rishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyasya Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Desha Tarine Vancha Kalpatarubhyasya Kripa Sindhubhyo Patitanam Pavanebhyo Mukam karoti vachalam pangum langayate girim yatkripatamaham vande Shri Guru Dinatarinam. Hare Krishna, dear Vaishnavas. Your blessings that I can speak something about this 10th canto, which is very advanced. As you all know, this is considered the face of Krishna. We come to 10th canto by passing all the other 9 cantos, which is like the body of Krishna, legs, arms, belly. So we are here now. We can relish these pastimes of little Krishna in Vrindavan. As we all know that we all like kids, especially you're a parent, you will see that we do anything for the kids. We kind of see in the Krishna's pastimes also, Mother Yashoda is ready to do anything for Krishna's pleasure. So it's kind of even we can see that in the material world, that the love of mother or parental love is very strong. Prabhupada considers this is the topmost love in the material world after Krishna in the spiritual. But as we know that the reality is, after a little while, you are hugging the babies, kissing the babies in the beginning, being a father myself. But as the time progresses, that strong bondage kind of in the material world slows down. It's not the same. The rasa which Krishna gives in the beginning is not there anymore. So it's kind of like perverted, as we know that this material world is a perverted reflection of the spiritual world. So at some stage it will end. Everything in the material world comes into existence and it will come to an end. So this highest love that a mother feels for a child is also kind of like slowly fades away. It's there, but as you see in the beginning it's quite strong, quite high, but later stages it is slowing down, I could say. But in the spiritual world, it's completely different. Krishna is always relishing these pastimes. Krishna still now, even today, in the spiritual world, enjoying the pastimes with Krishna's mother, Krishna's father. Krishna likes it. Krishna is not like oh my God, I have to be a kid again. This is us, right? Imagine that we have to go back and take birth again in the material world. We'll be like, we have to go to school again. We have to go and study again. No, but for Krishna, everything is pleasure giving. Even Krishna's associates, Mother Yashoda, Nanda Maharaj, they're all there giving pleasure to Krishna, bliss, Ananda. Krishna is Anandamaya Abhyasa. Yeah? So, Vedanta Sutra said, that's why the soul, us, are always seeking Ananda. Anandamaya Abhyasa is also implied to us as a living entity. But as you know, the reality is we are covered with our original identity. We are being covered with so much desire away from Krishna. I was listening to one Prabhu, he was saying in a class that we always, when we see sadhus, as you know that the Shastra explains that sadhus are very powerful, they can connect us to Krishna very quickly. The Shastra explains that the deity, Ganges, they purify us very slow compared to, it takes long time. You do deity worship or we go and take bath regularly in Ganges, Ganga. They purify us, they take us close to Krishna. But it takes long time compared to a sadhu. This Prabhu was explaining that, but the saintly person, we always see, when we see a saintly person, Maharaj, please give me your blessings, Maharaj, give you, donnez-moi benediction, s'il vous plaît. It's good in one way, we are always begging, we know that we are beggars, we have to beg the mercy from advanced devotees. But this Prabhu's explanation was so nice that but we should do 90%, 99% of the task ourselves. Endeavor has to be there. We cannot compromise on the endeavor. We cannot compromise on the time we waste. We always, because the sadhu's mercy is always there for us, right? Like, it's not that in front, when we see a sadhu, we become very humble. It's good, but the reality in the background also, our time has to be utilized for purifying our consciousness. Every endeavor, every rule is there to help us to connect us to Krishna. Smartavya satatam Vishnu, vismartavya na jatachit. Sarve vidhi. Sarve vidhi. Every rule and regulation in the Shastra is there to connect us to Krishna, to remind us. Always remember Krishna. What is the other one? Never forget him. Smartavya satatam Vishnu, vismartavya na jatachit. Always smartavya satatam Vishnu, vismartavya. Vismartavya means never forget. Always remember Krishna. So all the rules and regulations bring us to the point of thinking about Krishna, serving Krishna. But as we are practicing devotees, but we have a lot of, as New Mayapur, we are trying to fix so many things, like we can give a classic example of our heating system, it's like a battle with the heating system. But thank you, Krishna, this year you kind of kept us warm, so hot showers, devotees are okay. So we can see that even with this, the material system we have, the more we are trying to work with this machine, we could see it's not just about just burning wood and just heating up the castle. It's not as simple as that we think. We bought the machine, we thought it's going to be like, as I said, we just load the machine with wood and everything will be okay. No, we start to study the machine. The main thing we are trying to figure out where we are losing the heat. Where we are losing the So we need to find out where exactly the heat, the water is getting cold, or the chimney is blocking the heat, the radiators are not circulating the water, the pumps are. So there is like heat exchangers, there's so many things attached to find out where we are losing the heat. The same way, in our spiritual life, we need to find out where we have holes.
Everywhere.
Where we have holes in our spiritual life, we are losing the heat of bhakti. Right? Where is it we are compromising on? Are we sleeping more? Are we eating more? Or are we not chanting properly? Are we not reading Prabhupada books? Or are we adding things which are not needed in our spiritual life? Sometimes that is the case. Sometimes we carry things which don't belong to us in our spiritual life. We carry our friends, greed, envy, pride, jealous. Our friends are always accompanied. So this is the signs that if we want to be closer to Krishna all the time, always in the conscious that how I can serve, we can see this is the highest consciousness, and this will take us more and more advanced, deeper into Krishna consciousness. That's why we say it's Krishna consciousness. I was listening to Bhakti Raghav Maharaj. He was giving a very good example that be conscious first. Prabhupada said many times, be conscious first, and then be Krishna conscious. Conscious, Prabhupada used to do morning walks regularly. Wherever he goes, I think he started his morning japa walk at 6 a.m. and he used to walk. One time he was in Mayapur Dham. He couldn't go outside. I think it was raining in the morning or something like that. So Prabhupada said, okay, I'll walk on top of the lotus building. So he was he was walking, there were so many disciples with him, and Prabhupada was like, I am seeing this, but none of you are seeing what I am seeing. They were all like, what does Prabhupada mean, you know? Prabhupada went for a walk again, Prabhupada came back, and Prabhupada was like, Prabhupada said the same thing again. I am seeing this, but none of you are seeing this. They couldn't figure out, and most of them were even like, scared to even ask Prabhupada, what does it mean, And one bhakta, one devotee went and said, Prabhupada, you said something we did not understand. Please explain what does it mean. Prabhupada said, look, this light has been on during the day. I am seeing this, but none of you are like even conscious of it. So, yeah, be conscious and be Krishna conscious, So, it's always the case that, wherever we are, Prabhupada used to walk around, turn off the taps, and Lilamrita it is written, Prabhupada was so angry, somebody were in Mayapur Dham were banging the door so hard, So, yeah, we have to learn this art of being conscious. Always helpful for us, prepared some notes. We connect to Krishna through holy name and through Archa Vigraha, right? Like if we want to become more and more Krishna consciousness, we practice Bhagavad Vidhi and we follow Pancharatrika Vidhi. Bhagavad Vidhi consists of chanting every day, practicing devotional service every day. Basically all the 9 Navavida Bhakti we call it. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam. This comes in Bhagavad Vidhi. And Pancharatrika Vidhi, chanting Gayatri, doing deity worship, they complement each other. We have to kind of practice both because Srila Prabhupada established that for devotees who become more serious, Pancharatrika Vidhi is also going to help to be learning the punctuality, cleanliness. It kind of takes us more closer, and even when we chant the Gayatri mantra, it kind of awakens our inner kind of feelings for Krishna, like thinking about Krishna, meditating on Krishna during the 3 sandhyas, morning, afternoon, evening. We kind of start to meditate. It's such a nice thing that Brahma Gayatri mantra, it breaks the day into 3 times. And it reminds us whatever we are doing. You see, the day is divided into muhurtas, right? Morning mode of goodness, afternoon mode of passion, evening is like starts ignorance. But even in the 3 modes, there are the sandhyas. There are like a kind of like leeway, I can say, like where we can utilize these good auspicious time for our spiritual life. It's not like completely ignorance, it's not like completely passion. Sandhya, how many minutes is one sandhya? Anybody knows?
Mixing.
Yeah, mixing. How many minutes? It's like, okay, passion is giving rise to ignorance. How many minutes is like the transition period? 48 minutes. So in that period, that's when we chant Gayatri, because that's the period that we can connect to the higher, it's like, we call, 1.5 hours before the sunrise, it's considered what? Say sunrise is this morning, yeah, Brahma Muhurta. So it's like, these muhurtas are auspicious times of the day. So we connect to Guru, we connect to Krishna, we connect to, utilize this time to get connected more. Anything we have the best available, we have to use it for Krishna service. So this is such a good thing that during the breaks of the day, okay, we know that during the day we are in passion, but still we cool down the passion by connecting to Suddha Sattva, by connecting to the Brahma Gayatri. So yeah, this is something that we can constantly practice, that trying to chant our Gayatri on time. This is very, very special, makes us always meditate. When is the time? Thinking about Krishna all the time. So one more way of seeing it. And coming back to this pastime, where Krishna is a little kid, Krishna is showing us that, usually in the material world, violence means we kind of like, no, violence is not accepted. But violence in relationship to Krishna is dharma. Right? Like, Arjuna was like, no, I don't want to fight, I want to give up, I want to go to Himalayas, I want to not kill my family members. But we have to see this dharma, this practice of violence is also part of our Kshatriya dharma, is part of our society. But the problem is, everybody start to take violence for their own self, not for religious purposes, not for protecting others. According to Shastra, the Kshatriyas, they are the emblem of protection. 6 kinds of people in the society we need to give protection as Kshatriya Dharma. Who are the 6 people? 6 kinds of
children, sick people.
Okay.
Elderly people, mothers.
Brahmanas. Cows. Thank you, Moise. Very good. Brahmanas, Sri, So, but today's society is completely different, right? You make a bomb, you throw a bomb. Somebody somewhere will die. But you see, this is real dharma. Kshatriya dharma is, Krishna is teaching, like Srimad Bhagavatam. Now Krishna is a kid. If we have to hurt somebody, we think twice, am I doing the right thing? That's why Krishna is showing that we have to follow his path. Krishna with the Bhagavatam starts with Bhagavatam. Where is the Krishna's entry happens? Srimad Bhagavatam. Krishna's entry happens with violence. Krishna's first canto, it starts with Ashwatthama being chased. Ashwatthama did a heinous act of killing the 5 children of Pandavas. So Krishna is in action. First canto. No stuti, no Gajendra Moksha, no Kunti stuti. No, Krishna is entering with violence. How does Bhagavatam end? 12th canto. 12th canto. Who is coming in the 12th canto at the end? Kalki. Yes, violence again. So, beginning, end, Krishna's entry is with violence. Srimad Bhagavatam, Krishna, what is he doing as a childhood pastime? The chapter name is Childhood Pastimes of Krishna. What is Krishna doing? 1 month old. Putana, out. Sakatasura. What is he doing? Kill. But again, we have to remember, that's why the society becomes corrupt when it is not done for the well-being of the soul. Everything has to be connected for the well-being of the soul, for the advancement of the soul. Not for being, I'll conquer another country, I'll conquer another nation, I'll conquer another house for my well-being. No, that is not dharma. That's why we are in this situation in the present day world. Everything America wants to expand, England wants to expand, everybody wants to expand at the expense of others. No, dharma is giving protection, first thing. But see, look at Bhagavad Gita. Krishna is promising all these warriors, they are being killed, but they get liberated. There is always rewards when Krishna does it. But we are kind of like, we go in India, you always hear this. Oh yeah, Krishna said that, Krishna said you can do this. You have to do your dharma. That means I am doing my job as a butcher is fine. Yeah, come on. I go to other countries, we always, Indians, we always get this argument. Yeah, Krishna also said you have to do your karma, your dharma. Yeah, what is your dharma? Selling cigarettes In a shop, it's not the dharma, you know. Yeah, for maintaining, okay, to put soul and body together, we need to work, we need to do what is needful, but it doesn't need to be adharmic jobs, you know. The problem comes when we try to more, you know. My friend has a car, I have to have a car. My friend has an expensive car, I have to have a fancy car. So it's like, that's where dharma becomes adharma, the greed, you know. So yeah, Krishna is showing us even right from the beginning that, you know, he's here to get rid of all our conceptions. He's here to help us awaken our love of God. You know, is whatever he does is for the benefit of the living entities, not for binding us back. You know, even the capital punishment is being taken out now. You know, when somebody does something wrong, that is the king's responsibility to make sure that this person, whoever it is, you know, in the kingdom, this person, he should be punished in such a way he doesn't carry the karma for next lives. Right? That's why capital punishment is, if one person kills another person, he should be killed, because or else he's going to carry his bad karma for many lifetimes if he's not punished now. So the punishment is good, but you know, these days it's like, no, Prabhupada said that it's like, you know, there is a bubble, we are just like blowing on the bubble. But the reality is, yeah, we need these codes of conduct, we need this dharmic way of living, you know, so that we are going back to Godhead after we leave the body. Or else we will be like, you know, it's nice here, you know, how long? As long as, you know, the material nature is producing things for us, giving us things, we are happy. But as you know, Kali Yuga is fast progressing. We will be shortage of food, we will be shortage of milk. Prabhupada said, you know, very soon we will not see like milk, sugar, products like that. So we are very, very fast, we are burning our credit cards. It's very fast, you know, so it's wake up time that, you know, we take shelter of Krishna, you know, develop Krishna conscious society all over the world, help the humanity at large. Any questions so far? Any comments on this? Yes, Hari.
Srila Prabhupada, he was chanting his Gayatri always on the same times wherever he goes.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Like 6 a.m., 12, and 6 p.m.
Yeah.
So, does that mean that we could also do that?
I mean, the many devotees do that, 6, 12 and 6. As I said, I'm reading this book about Gayatri. 18 minutes is the best time before and after where the Sandhya, the time is, you know. So, yeah, 6, 12, 6, many devotees follow it. But as you know, if you want to go one step ahead, we always can make an endeavor to do the best, improve from the best to better on top of the best. Yeah, it's difficult. I know Gayatri is something that it's really difficult, you know.
I mean, we can also see that Prabhupada's time you didn't have mobile phone and things to instantly check what is the Gayatri time, so you just do it in a practical way. He's not going to go and ask an astrologer every day. It's not practical. So Prabhupada was very practical.
Yeah.
But if we have our mobile phone, we use it all day for all kind of stuff. We can just check, you know, okay, it's 5:26. Let's do it at that time.
Yes, Prabhu.
Usually in France it's a bit later, like between 7:59 and 8:47.
Yeah.
There is an exact time also. I can tell you the exact time of the Gayatri.
Yeah, that's what it says. 7:59 and 8:47.
It's the wrong app, Lochan Prabhu, because he gave me the app and then he told me it was wrong.
Is it wrong?
Sunrise, Brahma Muhurta starts 6:47 this morning, and then sunrise is 8:23. That's sunrise. That's exactly the
Is it?
point of it.
Is it?
Which one you have? Yeah, this is
The
white.
G.
No, GCAL is not accurate. Sorry.
The Gaudiya calendar, no?
Yeah, that's right. That's right. We follow Vaishnava calendar app.
So which one is?
I can show you the app.
Yeah.
Yeah, GCAL is a little bit tricky. Yes, Mataji.
I think the time to change the dietary, I was reading again a book of it, this one.
Yeah.
It's also, if it's dark, it's got to do with the season also, not just the time of day,
Yeah.
If it's totally dark, you should not.
We should. So this app, that's what we are saying. This application on the phone calculates to Lucille time. You understand? Whatever time Sandhyas it shows, it is calculated not on India time. It is whatever you're saying is relating to Indian time. This is calculating the local time. It is showing what time in Lucille sunrise happens, sunset, and middle of the day. I know it's complicated. As I said, the 6, 12, 6 that can be kept like that also.
So the sun doesn't rise at 8:23.
Sunrise, yeah, 8:23 a.m.
Brahma Muhurta says 6:47 and
let me check.
7:35.
Yes, Brahma Muhurta starts 6:47 a.m.
Yeah, till 7:35.
Yeah, till sunrise actually, till 8:23 a.m. Yeah, that's like 1.5 hours before, no? That's what we said. 1.5 hours before. Yeah, violence is Shastra is not against violence. We think that no. There was a minister in South India. They invited him to temple inauguration or something. Can you please come? He said no. Your Hindu gods are all full of violence. I'm not going to come. I better become a Buddhist. He was saying. So yes, it's needed to protect. When Prabhupada was saying that Kshatriyas in ISKCON should go in the forest and learn to. My wife was reading this book. We should learn to hunt so that we are prepared for that time that where we have to. Only Kshatriyas, not everybody, not Brahmanas. That when there is a fight or something that we are prepared to see the bloodshed and things. Yeah, but not for everybody. Again, it's not generalized. It has to be coming from an authority that we follow it. Somebody comes and tells us that, you can't do this, you have to do this. Okay. You have big muscles, Prabhu, think you can utilize them. Okay. Anything else?
Prabhupada, when he studied ISKCON, he didn't make some Kshatriyas,
He did not make, you're saying?
Kshatriyas.
Yes.
Like devotees are going to fight like in Ukraine or, other countries. So devotee is supposed to be a transcendentalist,
I mean, for protecting ourselves, it's different to, taking a gun, because Kshatriya Dharma, again, you fight to one-on-one, you don't go in taking a gun and just shooting bullets at anybody, that's not Kshatriya Dharma. You know what I mean? You fight one-on-one, and there's so many codes of contact. We are talking about mostly about protecting, devotees' protection is the key, devotees' cows. It's not that, Prabhupada showed us so many things. Of course, he wanted to go to Gita Nagari at the end, he wanted to go and show how to live a simple life, like Varnashrama, I wanted to establish it. That's what he wanted to do. As in 10 years, he did what 50, 60 years span can be done. But Prabhupada did his, he wants this, he wants kind of like, we can go to the point where one time Namacharya and Govinda were talking about, when there is some kind of discrepancy, we need to have these kind of tools, something protecting. I don't want to say this recordings. It's good that there is somebody thinking about it. It's not just, it's just a theory. No, I see Namacharya when there is, at night times when people come to, break in, or he's always up, he's vigilant about it, he's not scared, or he's not going to call 10 people, he immediately jumps in, In every ISKCON temple, there are some devotees like that who are ready to face, odd situations.
Are the 6 not Kshatriyas? The sick people.
Yes,
The
yes,
Turkmans,
yes.
they have a kripan, so they
Yes,
are allowed
yes.
to jump on.
Yes.
Whatever happens on the street, if it's a crime, they are allowed to use their kripan. They're not going to be charged by the law because they are.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, as you said, the key is to protect others.
Protect.
Not that I got into a brawl with somebody and then I killed the guy. As you know, sending somebody to war, if they kill the opposite army person, you get a reward. But if you use the same gun to kill a family member, you get punished. So even in the war, so it's all about our intent.
Yeah, but even if you kill in the war, then you're still going to carry that burden, isn't it?
Not
They're going
really.
to give
Even
you a reward, the medal they give you.
even Krishna is telling to Arjuna in the second chapter, right? Even if you kill somebody, you will attain heavenly planets because you are doing it for a dharmic purpose. You are under somebody's instruction again for doing it for the country.
But the army in these days, the way they create, they want to exploit petrol and other things.
That's complications again. It goes out of protection point.
On the same line, when you were mentioning the death penalty, the main reason why today they stop it and is because the justice is so alarming and unqualified that they make so many mistakes. And you kill someone which actually is innocent, and so that's why it's so difficult now to have real kshatriyas, real brahmana who actually makes the right decision.
Yeah, everything is mixed Kali Yuga. Everything is kind of like watered down. As you know, even in Kurukshetra war, there were timings of the war. They were only fighting from sunrise to sunset. In the evening, they were all coming together. They were eating together. It was still, there is no kids involved, there is no women involved, there's so much righteousness, Even like Ashwatthama, when he shoots this Brahmastra, it's not that 100,000 people are going to die. It's basically Prabhupada said it's a nuclear weapon. It's directed towards, even though he directed it towards Uttara, he wanted to kill Parikshit Maharaj in the womb, still it's directed towards one person, not towards innocent people. So it's amazing to see how Dharma can be, come together and make ways for liberation or bhakti, but rather these days it's completely messed up, Okay, Granthara Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Srila Prabhupada ki.